Hello, my name is Loree Barfield from Thomasville, Georgia, and I have the privilege tonight to introduce you to Heather Fish. She is a senior at the Baptist College of Florida and joined Mary Kay on April 30th of 2020. She's a senior consultant and is so very close to earning her red jacket and stepping into the star recruiter leadership position. One of the things that drew me to Heather was her absolute love of makeup. I had facialed Heather, her mom, and her twin sister a year or so before she decided to start her own Mary Kay business. I knew she loved makeup, and through her degree in biblical studies, she wanted to reach out and help other women. So I just knew she was the perfect fit for Mary Kay and that this could be the greatest opportunity for her to reach her own goals in life. She is awesome at all kinds of beauty looks, and she always stays current and on the beauty trends and how Mary Kay products can make people absolutely look fabulous. So tonight, she's going to show you a really simple eye look and a bold lipstick and show you how to turn up the heat with this warmer weather that's coming our way. So Heather, take it away.
Hello! I am so excited and honored to do this. I'm going to have to use my phone as my little mirror here. But this look I'm calling Turn Up the Heat because I'm a Florida girl. I go to the Baptist College of Florida. And so we're getting warmer weather up into the 80s. So I'm going to show you guys like Loree said, a simple eye look and an orange lipstick and how to pull it off. So the first thing I'm going to start with is our eye primer and the importance. Oh, and before I start, I've already done foundation, eyebrows, all of that for the sake of time. But anyway, I'm starting with the Mary Kay eyeshadow primer. And the reason for this is that as the weather gets warmer, your at least for me, my eyelids can get kind of oily. And so when if I put powder on top of oily eyelids and I'm blinking throughout the day, it's just gonna crease like a mess. So the whole reason for eye primer is that it helps your eyeshadow stay in place all day and not budge, even if you sweat on your eyelids like your girl does. So anyway, I just take about a pea size, kiss my fingers together, and then tap that all over my eyelids. I'm not pulling because you don't really want to tug on your eyes. I'm just patting like this. All right, I will only be using 3 eyeshadows today. So the first one that I'm going to use is I'm gonna use the all over shadow brush, and it's this shade. I'm using a ring light. There we go. Biscotti right here. It's a very light tan, and the reason I'm using a tan is you always want to set your eyeshadow primer. The purpose of setting this all over the lid is to keep that primer and shadow to keep the primer in place. Just kind of marry the two together. It also uh, makes my eyelid like a blank canvas, is what I'm gonna call this. So I'm just putting an eyeshadow that's about the same color as my skin tone all over my eyelid to set that primer in place. Kind of like how you put powder on over liquid foundation, it just sets it in place. Again, just kind of tapping this all over the lid. All right, now next I'm going to take the shade Hazelnut, which is this one right here. It's this light brown, and I'm taking our eye crease brush. What's cool about this is that let me see if I can do this. There we go. It's curved like this. So it perfectly fits into the contour of your eye. And this eye crease brush changed my life, let me tell you. So I'm just kind of tapping that. And now I'm going to, here, let me see if I can use a little handheld mirror. There we go. So to have that shade, I'm gonna put it in the crease of my eye, like this. Just rubbing back and forth, and then kind of taking it down this. And I call this windshield wiper motions. I'm just taking it side to side, and then when I get to this side of my eye, just kind of going like that. And the reason I'm focusing right here is because I want to lift my eyes. I have hooded eyes, which basically means I don't have a lot of eyelid space. So I want to lift my eyes up. So I do that by taking the shadow up towards the tail of my eyebrow. I like to be very detailed in this because some people say, oh, I don't wear makeup, and it's really because they don't know how to do makeup. So that's why I'm trying to be very detailed with how I do this, even though it's simple. So taking that shade Hazelnut, and I call this a transition shade because it's the first shade you put in your crease, and then if you're going to put other shadows on to add depth, it kind of transitions into the next shade. So, and you'll notice that I put the eyeshadow a little bit higher because I have hooded eyes and I don't have lid space. So that's why I put it up here so you can see it. Now I'm going to take the third and final shade using our eye smudger brush. I normally just call this a pencil brush. It's basically just a densely packed pointed brush. And the shade Cinnabar, which is one of my favorite shades, it's right here. It's this darker brown. And I just kind of tap that. And now what I'm going to do is basically exactly what I did on top, but in a smaller area. I'm going to focus it right on the outer edge of my eye. We typically call this the outer V because it kind of makes a sideways V. And then a little bit in the crease. Don't worry, we're going to blend it out. We'll do the other side. Yeah. I'm going to add a little bit more. Kind of that windshield wiper motion up here. And then just kind of dragging it on in. And you can keep going back and forth to your heart's content based on how dark and deep you want this to go. I will say that if you're photographing, darker eyeshadows typically photograph better. And I say that because I've done a girl's wedding makeup before. So anyway, now that I have that, if you want to blend things out a little bit more, you can take that shade Hazelnut and just swipe it back on top. Just marry these shades in some holy matrimony. I'm just taking that first shade again and going back and forth like that. And then gonna take because I did those other shadows, sometimes you might lose the brightness or intensity of that first shade you put on. So I'm gonna take Biscotti again and just put that where the darker colors are not. I'm doing an all matte look today because I want the lips to stand out. Just like that. So now we have our eyes. Now time for mascara. Oh, and by the way, those eyeshadows are $8 each. I meant to be saying the prices. Next, I'm going to I've already curled my eyelashes, so I'm going to be taking the Lash Love mascara. And a quick tip about this, I'll compare them. Ultimate Mascara and Lash Love are my two favorites. Ultimate Mascara is a fluffy brush, and with fluffy brushes, you want to wiggle up. But for the sake of this video, since I'm doing Lash Love, what I've learned is to not wiggle side to side with this mascara. So I'm going to get my mirror right here and show you what I'm talking about. To make your mascara go to the full effect that it can, you want to start at the root and then I swipe up. Because this is not really a fluffy brush, it's more, the bristles look like that. So you can tell it's different. I start at the root and slowly swipe up. That. I'm gonna go on the other side. And then I like to do my bottom mascara, so I just kind of brush it down like that. You can see, look at the difference I made. Wow, va va voom. And then you can put, I'd say, 2-3 coats of this depending on your desired length. But you can see how much eyelash I have now. Woo! So again, with the Lash Love, you want to just swipe straight up with your mascara, but if you were using the Ultimate Mascara, you want to start at the root and then wiggle side to side, and that's just because the brush. So now I'm going to, since this is a turn up the heat look, of course we have to contour our face, look like a bronze goddess during the summer. So I'm going to take our, oh, and by the way, sorry, I keep forgetting to mention the prices. The mascara is 15. So next I'm going to be taking the Latte bronzer. We have it in two shades. The deeper skin tone one is cocoa, but the bronzer right here is 14. And I'm taking the cheek brush, just dipping that in there. And what's cool about this is that it has a little place you can pinch, like that. It didn't come messed up, I promise. It's this little dip in the brush, and you can just pinch it and then sweep some contour on. Can you see the difference in that did to my face? I look chiseled, don't I? So again, I just take the brush, squeeze it, and then a tip with contour is that you don't want to go down. You want to take how the brush is angled. It's already doing the work for you, and you kind of want to lift your face up. The whole point of contour is to give you a facelift, so you don't want to be dragging contour down, and your face is just going to look like a muddy river. And then what I like to do with contour, especially if you have a more rounded face, I take some and put it right on my hairline. You can see the difference. Make Kim Kardashian run for her money. And then I can also do it on my jawline right here. And so to kind of remember that, you can think of it as like the number 3. Like that. Literally think of the number 3. So I don't typically take my bronzer or contour up here just because that starts making my face look weird with my face shape. I just kind of take it on my hairline. And then you can see how I look kind of bronzed now. I'd say that looks pretty good if you ask me. All right, now that we're done with contour, same price again, the highlighter. I have 2 of them, but I'm going to take the glazed highlighter. And the same brush, what's cool about this is that now I'm going to use the angled side of it right here on that side and dip it into the highlighter. And then go like that. You can see I have a ring light, so hopefully you can see. Never used a ring light for a live video like this, but anyway, there you go. Woo, look at that, glowing to the moon. And I am very bougie, so I like to highlight my nose. If you hate the shape of your nose, you can use makeup to fix it. So I take highlighter and I put it on my nose here, and then here I literally make like an exclamation point on my nose, and I put it on my upper lip, highlight my cupid's bow, and then when I'm feeling really bougie, which is every day, I take highlighter and put it right above the arch of my eyebrow. That's gonna make me look really dewy, glowy, ready for summer. You see what that did just by putting it on my forehead? You don't want to make your forehead greasy looking, so you definitely don't want to put your T-zone. But like just right here where the light would naturally hit, like that. Some people even put it on their chin, but I don't really do that. Just high points my face like that. And then finally, to finish the face, and then we'll get to the lips, this is my ride or die blush right here, a Shy blush. And taking the same brush, dipping it in there. And I do blush last because if my highlight is a little too popping, I can put some blush on and kind of tone it down. But I smile and just put it on the apples of my cheeks. And with blush, like everything with your face, you kind of want to spread it up like that. if you just put blush in a circle, you might look a little clownish, and you don't want to bring blush too close to your nose. So how I think about blush is I look straight, and I'm getting very scientific here. I love describing things for people who literally don't know how to put makeup on. The pupil of your eye, you don't want to take blush any closer than that. Pupil of your eye and then up. Hopefully that's a good trick. And the trend right now is to make yourself look like a bunny rabbit. And so you put a little blush on your nose. It's just kind of cutesy. Easter is coming up. So I always put blush on my nose just because I think it looks cute. And so finally, the star of the show here, I was telling Lori that I want to do something that people are kind of a little uncomfortable. And I've been noticing the lipsticks that I've been selling have mainly been nudes and pinks. And it's just, I like to play with color all the time. I do red lipstick, magenta, and then I was like, I want to do orange lipstick, dadgummit. So the one I am doing today is our True Dimensions lipstick, and this lipstick case is really cool. You have it's a little bullet lipstick case, and you just kind of click it at the top, kind of stick your finger in it, and it comes out like that. Looks really cool. Anyway. So this is an orange, but it's not like, oh my gosh, you're neon. There's something wrong with you, orange. I'll show you what I mean. You see how that's orange, but it's not like orange. It's kind of like a muted summertime kind of orange. And lipstick application tip, I always start with my bottom lip, and then I make a X where you have that little divot in your lips. And oh, forgot to mention the shade. This is Exotic Mango. True Dimensions Exotic Mango. It was between this one or Tangerine Pop, and this one was more my vibe. So this lipstick is 18. And so that is the finished look right there. Super easy. I'm sorry if it took so long to explain it. It should really only take a couple minutes, but I did like to explain that. So I calculated the total, and if I'm not mistaken, if you want this turn up the heat look, it is only 111. So around a little above $100, and you can be ready for spring and summer every single day. So that is how you rock orange lipstick. It is possible. Don't think it's not for you. It's doable. Whenever you do a bold lip, do a simple eye. I could put red lipstick on it, look fine. I could put a berry lipstick on. As long as you keep the eyes simple, normally the rule in makeup is simple eyes, bold lip, or bold eyes, nude lip. So that's it.